Bradford pear that ended up being about 12 inches too deep. Every year we had all kinds of problems. We uncovered it, and those problems stopped. That doesn't look real attractive, and we've tried to figure out how to make it look attractive. This goes back to, let's don't create this thing in the first place. Let's plant it at the right depth so we don't have to deal with it. We basically backfilled around it with a river rock. That's a maintenance headache, but cosmetically it looks better. Landscape architects, a lot of times you'll find they are so into design that they'll be more concerned with the design considerations than the long-term health and vigor of the tree. As an arborist, I'm more concerned with the longevity, how the tree's doing. So there's a little bit of a conflict there between the architects, landscape architects, and the arborist. You see that root right there? That root's beginning to cause a problem that won't necessarily be evident in the tree for many years, but it will eventually cause a problem. I mean, this has really changed what arborists can do in a proactive manner. You have a row of trees and all of them were planted at the same time, the same size. Find the one that's the off color, the smallest one, and look at the base, and it's planted deeper or it has girdling roots than the other trees. Landscape architects, gardeners, we like this lush, full feel around this red oak. This just makes me cringe knowing that it's a problem. We uncover it and we clearly have soil up on aerial tissue here. We've got ferns around there that take lots of water. We discover the area is really wet. We've got a little girdling root there that's not a big problem. We cut that off. We've created an environment where some decay, some rot has started. This is the early signs of it, but it will eventually kill that big red oak tree that is, 100 years old. That's the beginning of the decline. So uncovering it and in eliminating the environment that allows that to start will have the greatest impact, rather than waiting till the tree is really in trouble. Magnolia tree, straight into the ground, pretty dramatic. Here's our typical live oak tree that's being planted today, mulch over it. There's a cedar elm. You can see the deterioration at the soil line, powdery mildew, all kinds of problems during the heat of the summer. Here's a live oak tree that you could go out and have plenty of contractors plant for you next week. What does the future of that tree look like? It looks like it's going to have some problems, doesn't it? That's going to be a restrictive collar that will just get thicker and thicker over the years. We go in with the air, and that shows you can just blow the soil away and you cut it away. And we kind of joke saying the tree says thank you. We have truly changed what the future, the potential of that tree will be. This one had been doing great. A landscaper came in and piled soil up around it. We came in and uncovered it, and the tree went back to its previous good health and vigor. But that is what you want the base of your trees to look like. Here's a series of little, this is a little bur oak tree. We uncover it. You see the roots there that are coming off the minor stem, going around the larger one. Less than the size of a finger. When we uncovered it to this point, you can see that circular pattern of the roots. The guy that started this tree told the owner of the tree, he said, he started it in a coffee can. And that's about the size of that. And that kind of shows you the problem with the container grown material. If at any time in the growth process you leave it in the container too long, you start a process that will ultimately cause problems for the tree. Large trees, this was a cedar elm 18 inches too deep. The roots come over to the edge of the container. When they get to the edge of the container, there's still roots underneath right here. But when they get to the edge of the container, you would want them ideally to go down and out. What they're doing is they're coming up and over. So you're literally getting an inverted root system, backwards of how nature would do it. It's a handicap that that tree will have for many years. There's another little tree, a little maple. Look at those roots growing around it. You cover it up with soil and mulch. That tree, that little maple, will be the tree that during the next storm or storms in 10 years when we have high winds come through, the tree looked like it was doing fine, but it just fell over. It fell over because it had been restricted. The wind came and knocked it over. Do you have any trees in your yard that just don't look like they're quite right? Look at it. Look at the base. Go straight in the ground. This is a live oak, just kind of stunted, not doing really well. Look at the bases. Another live oak, thin, just, it's growing and it's been there, but I bet you every year it's got powdery mildew, it's got a series of problems. It's not real thick. Look at the base. A parkway tree going straight in the ground. A cedar elm, the color's poor, it's a little bit thin. Again, a tree in a parkway, thinning in the top, a red oak tree, and look at it. And again, if you believe in trees and you want them to grow big, you need to plant them at the right depth. And to me, it's really a tragedy because, again, most of the people that I know that plant trees are planting them for some reason other than, oh, I just wanted to get through the warranty period. That tree's just been struggling for the longest time. And look at it, it's not there.